hit the bell, it's a vibe. Grab your links and your drinks, it's a vibe.
Welcome. How you guys doing down there? Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. But hear me? Can you put one in the chat? I'm sorry, my screen is so far behind. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. Hopefully all is well on your end. I'm doing great. It is Unrivaled open. I'm excited. So somebody put a one in the chat just so I can know if you guys are able to hear me. Okay, good. Thank you. How's everybody doing? I hope you all had a great weekend. Let me just double check in here. Okay, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Again, I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you for being here. I'm not going to keep you too long. I do want to get into all of
Subscribe, hit the bell, it's a vibe. Grab your links and your drinks, it's a vibe. Subscribe, hit the bell, it's a vibe. Grab your links and your drinks, it's a vibe. Ain't no looking and I'm looking. Get your ass up out the bushes, it's twerking. Give me props, hit the like up, it is working. Now drop some links in the chat, you little sneakies, little lurking. Get your ass up off the bushes, get to twerking. Give me props, see the like the pick is working. Now drop some links in the chat, you little sneakies, little snakies. It's some shit going down, let's take a peeky, take a peeky. Who the fuck is you? Just call me sneaky. Ayo sneaky, ayo sneaky. Subscribe, hit the bell, it's a vibe. Grab your links and your drinks, it's a vibe. Subscribe, hit the bell, it's a vibe. Grab your links and your drinks, it's a vibe. Ain't no looking and I'm looking. Get your ass up off the bushes, get to twerking. Give me props, see the like the pick is working. Now drop some links in the chat, you little sneakies, little snakies. It's some shit going down, let's take a peeky, take a peeky. Who the fuck is you? Just call me sneaky. Ayo sneaky, ayo sneaky. I see you. I see you. You just a looking and a lurking. Get your ass up off the bushes, get to twerking. Give me props, see the like the pick is working. Now drop some links in the chat, you little sneakies, little snakies. It's some shit going down, let's take a peeky, take a peeky. Who the fuck is you? Just call me sneaky. Ayo sneaky, ayo sneaky. Subscribe, hit the bell, it's a vibe. Grab your links and your drinks, it's a vibe. Subscribe, hit the bell, it's a vibe. Grab your links and your drinks, it's a vibe.
You guys able to hear me? I'm sorry, this StreamYard keeps kicking me out completely. I can't see anything on the StreamYard screen. The screen. This is me. Oh, I just restart. Is there anything on the screen, guys? Can you see anything? No? Trying to see if I could hear myself on another device. Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, everything's back on the screen. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna break down game. There was 2 games today as well, and I was gonna break those down tomorrow. So I'm gonna break down the first 2 games while I have service, and then I'm gonna break down the other games that happened on Saturday, and then after I break down the other games as well. I'll do all of that. I'll just do 2 for now, and then we'll move on. Hello, thank you, welcome, all of that good stuff. I appreciate you for being here. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. It's my commentary that I don't keep you guys any longer, but again, thank you for being here. So please make sure you take the poll if you are watching the Unrivaled games, even if you're not watching the Unrivaled games, or if you want to plan to watch some of the games that are coming up in the future. Just go ahead and take the poll for me. Please go ahead and also hit the like button and share if you care. Okay, if you guys hear me pause, I'm just making sure that I can still hear the music. That's the only thing that's letting me know right now that we're still up and running. So if I just pause a little bit, I'm just taking a peek just to see and make sure that I can hear everything perfectly. So let's go ahead and get into game one. Let's get into game one. Hopefully, you guys are seeing my screen. Okay. I can't see it. I can see it, and we can just go ahead and get started. It's just a screenshot of the games and everything like that, so I can go ahead and manage from here. So the first game of the season. Hold on. The first game of the season was the Luna Owls versus the Myth. This is game one, day one, and the Owls wind up taking the win. So the first thing I want to go over really quickly, I'm just going to go ahead, dive right into it. Let's get into the box scores. Let's figure out who was playing, who wasn't playing, who did their thing, who didn't do their thing, who failed, who didn't fail, where all the points went. So the opening game was pretty awesome, just for the simple fact that the two co-founders of Unrivaled were pretty much playing against each other. You had Breanna Stewart and the Miss playing against Napheesa Collier and the Luna Owls. So let's go over the teams first, just to see who's playing on each team. So for the Miss, you have Breanna Stewart, Jewel Lloyd, Rakia Jackson, DJ Carrington, Courtney Vanderloop, and Aaliyah X. And they played versus the Luna Hours, Skylar Diggins Smith, Shakira Austin, Napheesa Collier, Cameron, who did not play for this game, Alicia Gray, and Courtney Williams of the WNBA. Just runner up to the championship team. She plays for the Lynx. So let's get into the top scorers for each team, who played the most minutes, and all of the good details. So for the game, Napheesa Collier did play the most minutes with 19 minutes. Alicia Gray for the Luna Hours as well played 15 minutes. And they have the runner-ups within their respective minutes. Julia, Rakia Jackson, they all played 12 minutes. Skylar Diggins at 11 minutes. DJ Carrington, Breanna Smith all played 11 minutes. Now let's get into the points. So an upset here kind of happened because, as you guys know, Breanna Stewart had an amazing season, and folks were expecting her to be on fire, but she kind of had an upsetting game with zero. She went 0 for 5 on 3 pointers. She went 2 for 11 on field goals. Just one free throw attempt of two. She did have 14 rebounds. 13 of those were on defense. So that was really good. That did help bring some games back. But only 2 assists and 1 steal. So not the best game for her, especially Collier on the hours with 19 points. She had 11 of 19 field goals, 3 of 6 3 of 6 3 pointers attempts that were made. She had 1 of 3 field goal attempts, but she also had 11 rebounds, 10 defensive, and 1 offensive. She also had 3 assists and 2 steals. So she had a pretty amazing game, as you can see. And then it played out in the numbers for the final. The Lunars took over the Miss for an 84-80 win. And yeah, there was a lot of amazing plays during this game. I am gonna wait until the end to show clips if I can, just because I want to make sure I get through the commentary. And the clips is pretty much just gonna give you a picture of what I'm saying. But I also have about 20 shorts that's gonna be releasing between tomorrow and this week. all of the clips and highlights and everything that you're going to want to see. So do please make sure that you are here for that. Okay. All right. Let me just double check on your this game. There was some really exciting moments in this game. Okay, you guys can see everything. Good, 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 good. And yes, if you're in the bushes, go ahead. Please hit the like button if you can. And also share if you can as well. Yeah, so again, pretty exciting opening game. This game was actually really close, a lot of back and forth, a lot of high moments, a lot of low moments. The girls did put in work. So there's a lot of things that are the audio is breaking up, but you can hear me. Okay. Okay, so if I need to drive, just go ahead and let me know. Should mute. So those are pretty much the stats for the first game. And then we also want to take a look also at some of the other players who did not, maybe get as much time. Courtney Vandersloot only got 8 minutes, which is, fairly odd for her. She had a really good game. So we need to figure out what's going on with the coach and how we could get her and Aaliyah Edwards, who also only had 8 minutes for the miss. We need to figure out with the coach and how they could get them working and into the game, how they can get them into some more plays so they can get more time. Another upset on the Owls was Shakira Austin, who only played 7 minutes. So we want to make sure that all the girls are getting their fair share. This is what the program is supposed to be for, to highlight the best of the best players of the WNBA in the organization. So everybody else deserves it. The other players didn't get a lot of time. We're going to get into that a little bit more here at the end. But I want to go over the stats for the other game really quickly before we get into some of the highlights and some other details and topics that I wanted to discuss, and we'll go from there. So let me just double check with you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, 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 yes. Check out some of my short videos. I have a lot of shorts on there, a lot of basketball, all of the WNBA coverage for this season. I pretty much did in shorts. So if you missed that, go back, watch them. You'll see these girls in action on their respective teams within the WNBA while we're going along with the Unrivaled games as well. So there is some details that are different about these Unrivaled games versus the WNBA games. And one thing I noticed that is that these games are a lot faster paced, with there only being three on three. The court is a little bit shorter, but the game seems to be a lot faster. And I think these are going to be a little bit more higher scoring games as we get further into the season. So I'm looking forward to see what happens with that. But let's go ahead and get into the next set of scores so that we can get into some details and stats and things of the sorts. So the second game of the day. Sorry about that, guys. Just give me a second here. Hopefully it shows for you guys. The second game of the day was the Rose versus final. So these games are on Friday the 17th. There were two games also on Saturday the 17th, and then there were two games today as well. So again, these games are moving much, 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 much faster. And there's going to be a lot of plays, a lot of highlights, and a lot of information that's coming out, especially because it is a new event. So we want to make sure that it gets the coverage it needs. So let's go ahead and get into this Rose versus final game. This game was another game that was highly anticipated. We were expecting some big plays out of some of these players. So for the roles, you have Lexi Hall, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Sykes, Azura Stevens, Collier Cooper, and Angel Reese. And then for the vinyl, you have them playing Aaliyah Boston, Ray Burrell, Arike. I always mess up her last name, so I don't want to say it, but her name is Arike Ogunbowale. Jordan Canada, De'Erica Healy, and Ryan Howard. So first of all, Ryan Howard had an amazing game. Can I just say that? She had an amazing game, 18 points, 10 of her 19 made field goal attempts, 6 of those 3-point attempts, 3 or 4 free throw attempts. She was on fire. 6 rebounds, a steal, 2 blocks. Yeah, she played a really great game. It showed in the numbers, it showed in the score, and there was a lot of things that was just unexpected about this game. So, unfortunately, your girl, my girl, our girl, Angel Reese, she flopped. This is the Bayou Barbie, and there was a lot of expectations for Angel within the game. We were hoping that she was working on her off season so that she can have a bigger year. But, podcast, and it seems that she's been doing more podcasting and modeling and things like that. But we'll get into Angel Reese individually a little bit later on. So, for the game, Vinyl did win over Rose. And there was a lot of factors that played into this game, along with the Angel Reese incident. We had some numbers here that were just off. So we talked about, excuse me, we talked about Ryan Howard, who had an amazing game, but people were also concerned with Alexi Hall. So we're going to get into Angel and Alexi Hall here in a second. But again, Brittany Sykes, Stevens, they both have very low minutes playing in the game, which caused them to also have low points. Um, Brittany only scored 9 points, and Azora scored only 6 points for the game. And then we have again the upsetting of Lexi Hall and Angel Reese. So let me check with you guys in the comments really quickly, and then we're gonna break down some Lexi business, some Angel business, and all of the stuff that goes along with why this game may have turned out the way that it may have turned out. Okay. Yes, please thank you for on Instagram. I appreciate you. Also, make sure that you check out my latest video on the WNBA collective bargaining agreement breakdown. That was a dope video. If you don't know, we're going into the money changing season for those, and we want to make sure that they are being compensated fairly. So we want to stand behind them as they are fighting during this collective bargaining agreement to get more money for their players. Yes, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yes, thank you for being here. I don't know why every time I hear her name, I think she is a drunk reality star. And you know what's funny? Because I was doing some Googling and I was trying to just get some really good pictures of her basketball. And when I did the Google search, all of her modeling pictures come up, all of her podcast. And I applaud her because this is the only way that she can make the money that she deserves to be making. She has to be doing other things. So the modeling is great. The podcast is great. She's a team owner, a soccer team owner. She has multiple, her NIL deals are crazy. She works with several different companies. She's worked with Canes, Tampax, Beats, jeans companies, all different things you can even think about. But this is the only way that she can make her money. So now when it comes time for the game, it's kind of showing her game. She needs to be working in her off season. She needs to be getting stronger. She needs to be working on her game. She needs to be working on her coordination. But let's just go a little bit further. We're gonna dig into Lexi, Angel, and a couple other things here. So, yeah, this is what's happening with her. Oh, homegirl's getting paid. Okay, girl, get it. Right, you got to get to the bag. Like, I'm gonna play this basketball, but I'm a basketball player. I'm pretty, and I don't want to be broke. So, I'm guessing that she's deciding where she's making her sacrifices. However, this is very early in her career. If she puts the time into her game, she will make the money. She will make the money in the long run. So I personally feel that she needs to work on her craft. She needs to work on her profession so that she can have longevity within this career. And if she does, then she'll have all of these amazing skills and brands to fall back on. She has her own shoe, so many different things this young lady is doing, and I applaud her for it. However, she really needs to take some time to work on her game. Thank you. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. Also, please like and share if you care. Leave me a comment. I don't mind. And yes, speaking of getting into that bag, the show is not monetized yet. So if you would like to support the channel, please kind of send me a cash app to the Sneaky Link LV. Thank you very much, and we appreciate you in advance. Actually, before we get into the Lexi Hall and Caitlin story, just give me a moment. I'm gonna see if it allows me to take a quick break. Hopefully it does. If it goes nuts, we'll just come right back and we'll get right to it. I just want to get a little bit of water before I get to these next set of talking points.
My content is so fire, and you know that. That's facts. Ain't no looking past at the sneaky link. She's a hashtag. It's time to get this money. Hit me up on the cash. I hear you talking big support, and now show me where your
Okay, so it doesn't look like it's going to let me play too much. It doesn't look like it's going to let me play too much. And it looks like it's starting and then it's stopping. And then it's starting and it's stopping. So again, I'm not going to do that to you guys. I got a little break. I got the water that I needed. And we can just go ahead. From my side, I'm seeing a lot of starting and stopping. And I don't want to torture you guys. And I want to make sure to stick around and get the content. I'll grab some at the end. Okay, so there was some controversy about Lexi Hall and Caitlin Clark right at the start of these games. So Unrivaled really wanted Caitlin Clark to play. She had an amazing season. Unfortunately, she decided not going to play in the rivaled games. Now, through them picking the teams and picking the players, there was a lot of controversy around Lexi Hall and Caitlin Clark because the assumption was that they using Lexi Hall to get Caitlin Clark to play. So, with that being said, the games happen. Now, let's take a look at their board a little bit while I have here. So, you have Lexi Hall, who literally on the bench. She played 6 minutes in the first game, which obviously led to her having only 3 points. She took one shot, she took one free throw attempt, she made her free throw. Now, Lexi Hall is an amazing player. I'm not taking away the fact from her that she's a great player. However, Lexi Hall was kind of like a chip. She was used as a chip to lure Caitlin Clark into the game. And now we see that she's not getting any time. So there's been an uproar all over about why Lexi Hall is not playing. It is due to injury, but she was in by the Unrivaled games just so that Caitlin Clark would play. Am I still good? Am I still good? Am I still good? We good? We good? We good? I kind of feel like this may be true. So why am I not playing the young lady? She was in the game for how many minutes? I think six minutes in total. Yeah, 6 minutes in total. She got the ball in her hand. She shot the ball. She made her points. Why isn't she playing? And that's the question that everyone has right now. So we're gonna keep an eye on Lexi. We're gonna keep an eye on her team to make sure that she is playing the games and she's not sitting on the bench. And Twitter is eating the coach up. Twitter is definitely eating the coach up. They're upset that she's not playing, and they want to know why. They want to know why. Sorry, y'all, I'm just getting some messages here, so I just wanted to double check. Oh, thank you so much. I don't know if you want me to say your name, but I really appreciate you. Thank you for that cash app. If you do, just inbox me and I will say thank you to you personally as well. But thank you so much for the cash app, you guys. I really appreciate it. Again, this show is not monetized. So if you would like to support the show, please go ahead and send it to me via cash app with the money sign, the sneaky link LV. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And that was from my vacay, Bay. So thank you, Bay. I appreciate you. Always supporting the show. My mod, my newest mod, and I appreciate her so much. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Okay. Okay, so that is really where I wanted to go with Lexi Hall. I just wanted to make sure that we put an eye on that situation and we watch it going forward to make sure, is the coach being funny over there? We need to take a second look at what's happening with that team. It doesn't seem to be an across the board problem. It just seemed to be a problem with this team and these two players. So hopefully we can get a handle on what's happening there. And maybe Lexi will get some more time. There was a second game this weekend. I'm going to talk about that one tomorrow just because I'm having some connection issues right now. So I'll go live earlier tomorrow and then we'll talk about the other two games that happened on Saturday. Right now, we're talking about Friday's games. But she did play again on Saturday. And again, very low minutes, very low time played, and just not a good look. So hopefully we see more of that in the long run. All of it about money, it seems. Yeah, a lot of it is money. The reason why this program was created was to keep the WNBA players in the USA so they do not have issues on the off season going across seas to play in other countries, which is what happened with Brittany Griner. So a lot of the time, most of the times, women don't make a lot of money here in the U.S., but other countries pay them a lot more money to go and play. So they go overseas during the USA's off season so that they can actually have a salary for the year. They can actually take care of their families and things with. So in order to prevent them from having to go overseas, this game is created by two of the players. Breanna Stewart and Napheesa Collier is the co-founders of Unrivaled. The women wanted to stay home. The women wanted a way to make money and stay home on the off season while still being able to build and perfect their craft. So, yeah, it is a lot about money, and it's also about bringing a lot of viewership to the sport. So we need it to have more views. We need more people to be watching. I know a lot of people, tune into more of the mess and things like that, but there's some mess in the WNBA. Trust me, there's a lot of mess. We've talked about it. There's the girls are dating each other. The girls are dating basketball players. The girls are dating the football players. We had Kelsey Plum and who married Kelsey Plum, who is the Las Vegas Aces player. She married Darren Waller, who played for the Las Vegas Raiders, and they had a big, public, horrible divorce last year. Nobody even paid attention to it, which has also played into a lot of the reason why the Aces had such a hard season. They had so much going on in the news, and they also had a scam going on or something like that with money issue that I never personally talked about on this show. We can dig into it before the season starts just to see what happened there. But there's a lot of drama that happens in the WNBA outside of it just being basketball. The fashions is always on points. The girls shows up for their tunnel. Well, they call it the tunnel walks, where they're going out to, they coming through to start their games. They show up. The girls, I've done lots of shorts on that as well. When they're coming through the tunnel, I go through all of the teams. I don't just talk about one team. I literally talk about all of the WNBA. And it's definitely a lot of politics behind it. And yeah, it's a lot that goes into this, but this happened for the NBA decades ago. This was done for the NBA decades ago, which is why they have $500,000 contracts, $1 million contracts today. Why they get sneak basketball players that are millionaires, because that was already in place for them to have. It needs to now be put in place for the women as well, so they don't have to work as hard. It is always us that got to work a little bit harder. And it's the same job. It should be the same money. They shouldn't be making hundreds of $1,000s less, millions of dollars less when they are in the same profession. They're in the Olympics, they're winning gold, they're doing it all. They need to be compensated for it. So, another thing that is affecting some of these unrivaled games are the injured players. So, before Jackie Young from the Las Vegas Aces even gets a chance to play, she's injured. Marina Marbury also injured. So, the mix up with these players and them being injured is actually really crazy because they've got one injured player to cover another injured player, and that injured player, they don't even know if she's going to play either. So I'm looking and waiting to see. I don't want to call it just yet. I don't want to call it just yet, but I'm waiting to see what are they going to do about these injured players. Can the league keep the players healthy? Should they move to maybe a 4-on-4 to conserve the player energy? So you got Marina Marbury is out right now, and Natasha Cloud is supposed to also maybe be out. And then they got Natisha Heidman who's supposed to come in, but she may be out as well. So the Phantom team is going to have a tough time. We didn't get a chance to talk about their game. We're going to do their game tomorrow because I just want to be mindful of the internet allowing me to do what it needs me to do right now. And then we'll get all of the clips and all of those things go. We'll probably do it in 2 days. I'll try to keep it till tomorrow and maybe go live a little bit earlier where I have less interruption on my internet, where that could be better. But yeah, so we've got all these injured players trying to help out this phantom team, and I do not know what is going to happen with that. Okay, let me go on checking the comments really quickly, and then we're going to go into the last few topics. And then I'm going to let you guys get out of here, and I'm going to post some things on my community wall, and I'm going to let some of the shorts come through tonight so you guys can get an update. And then I might save all of the highlights and stuff that I have for tomorrow during the daytime when the internet's much better. They don't feel like women should make the same amount. That's the equal pay again. Right. And this also goes back to the collective bargaining agreement, player safety, and making sure that these players are getting paid appropriately. I believe we discussed that in our collective bargaining agreement video. You know, I believe the lowest paid player right now for women is about $4,000, a little bit over that, and then for an NBA player, it's a little bit over $300,000. That is a major, major difference, and it's really a slap in the face. So hopefully, I'm rooting for these girls. You are going to see basketball content coming from me because I want them to get the money. So if you're sharing WNBA content, whether it's a short, if you're talking about it, even if it has something to do with something else, if you could sneak a little bit of WNBA into your conversation, it's going to go a long way. Sneaky, if you go live early about this one day, my mama can give you some commentary too. I would love that. I would so love Mama B to come up here and school me. I would take that lesson. Get her up here. Get her up here. I would love that. I would love that. I also wanted to talk a little bit about. Hold on, let's see what's happening here. I wanted to talk a little bit about Kate Money Martin. Kate, girl. Kate. Kate, girl, you is doing your thing. Kate. When I tell you this young lady had an amazing game, and I really wanted to talk about. We're gonna get into the other games. We're gonna get into the other games. So Kate Martin had an amazing game. Now I'm gonna go a little bit into Saturday just because I have to. I can't. I just can't not talk about this game. So bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Hopefully I can get some stuff moving back here. Hold on. Is it gonna let me move? Is it gonna let me move? All right. It's not letting me do what I want to do. Anyway, we're just gonna go with it. So Kate debut over Brittany Garner. Oh my god, this game was crazy. So she debuted, scored higher than Brittany Garner. She had a double, great energy, great shooter. She controlled the game. She had 10 rebounds. When I tell you, this girl was all over the floor, all over the boards, all over this game. BG had no impact on the game, BG. No. Don't be big for nothing. Don't be tall for nothing. Please. Because if I had a little bit of your inches, just please don't be tall for nothing. Get out there and play the game. But Kate Money Martin. All right. So Kate played with the Las Vegas Aces. She was recently selected um, for the Valkyries. So I believe we're going to be seeing Kate headlining on the Valkyries. She has taken this off season to come out of the shadow of the Aces, where she was under Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray, Kelsey Plum, so many great players, and she took her off season time and she did the opposite of Angel Reese. She has been working. She is strong. She is strong. She also scored the game winning shot. BG, we're gonna have to need you're gonna have to step it up. Do you guys understand how hard it is? Kate Martin outscored Brittany Griner and Sabali combined. Those are two Olympians. She outshined both of their scores combined. So I'm looking forward. She's going to be somebody to not only watch with the Unrivaled games, but she's also going to be somebody to watch in the WNBA. So I need you guys to pay attention and look out for Kate Money Martin because she is on fire. She is doing her thing. I'm so happy for her. She is doing amazing. Blessings upon blessings to her. I hope she goes to the Valkyries and takes over and makes a huge, huge name for herself and becomes the biggest star over there. Uh, and make sure you guys check out Mel. Mel, put I know you put your Brittany Griner video in there. Mel has a video on that. Mel, I think I got one short. I got a video or something on Brittany as well. You don't have to dig for it. We can tag it to tomorrow's video if possible, but you guys can go check out Mel's video as well about Brittany Griner, and make sure you check her out on Mel After Dark. She's also on Melanie Jones Said So, and she is also on Queen of the East. So make sure you guys check her out. She does amazing content on her Melanie Jones Said So. She has a lot of um, different sector content, news content, black celebrity content on her Mel After Dark page. She's doing a lot of adult topics, marriage topics, all the things that you can think of. It's an after dark show. It gets a little nasty. Go ahead and have over there fun. Have fun. Get a little nasty with her. It's okay. And then also on Queen of the East, she does talk about trending topics that are news topics in New York, things that happen on the East Coast, all over there. And also be on the lookout because we are going to be doing a co-streaming together covering the California fires. So make sure you guys are here. And for that, it's going to be an awesome live, a lot of information, and we're going to make sure that, we pay respect to California and all of the lives that were lost, people who are still missing, all of the homes that were destroyed. We are going to be making sure that we pay homage to those people there as well. So, lastly, really quickly, I want to get into Angel Reese. Child, I don't know what she was doing, honey. Do you know they compare her to a baby giraffe? They said she was flopping around on the. Now, this is not me. I didn't say that. I'm just saying that she needs to work on her coordination. I don't know, sometimes tall people find it hard to coordinate, but I feel like she just needs to work on her coordination and she needs to work on her strength and getting her body strong enough to take the beating that she's trying to give it. So while she had a great season, in the eyes of some, she had a horrible season in the eyes of others. While she went on to have double doubles for almost all of her games, her team went on to lose almost all of their games. During the Unrivaled game, she was benched in the fourth quarter. People say that she cost the game with her turnovers and her fouls. And again, I think it's with her coordination. She kind of flops with her missed layups, and she needs to work on her core strength. She might actually do really well at taking some ballet classes and helping her get her form and her, I don't want to say get her body together, but structure is important when you're playing basketball. You have to be able to spin and jump and move fast and turn, pass and things of that nature. And another problem that she has is that she takes the ball into the basket and she gets down there and she's flopping around, but she's not throwing the ball. She's not passing the ball back out. And her teammates are just watching her down there flop it up and just throw it up in the air, hoping that it goes in. And they're standing out there open, waiting for the ball. So a lot of people are asking, did her podcast take away from her game? And what people really want to know is, why is it that when she got benched in the fourth quarter, the game didn't start to turn up and they started to come back? That they still lost, but once she wasn't in the game anymore, they turned up. So, child, it has been a mess. This weekend has been a mess. I haven't even gotten into the fashions. You know, they showed up and they showed out for Unrivaled weekend, brand new facility. They got a lot of stuff going on. So there is still some things that I want to get to as far as these games. We got into all of the details and details of the game, especially that Phantom game. There, there was so much expectations for this game. Brittany Breanna, although she had 33 points, it was still an upset. Tattoo Sadly, it was still an upset. They got blown away. They lost by almost 40. They lost by almost 40 points. That's crazy. That's just not what's supposed to happen. Don't go into your first game of any season and get blown away in that manner. So when you guys see the highlights to this, you're gonna exactly see what happened. You're gonna see what failed, why it failed, and everything like that, which is why I'm sure that I played some of the um clips and stuff like that. I think I'm just gonna save all the highlights for tomorrow and do them really early. And we'll go over the highlights for each of these games, and then we'll get into a little bit more of the mess as well. So yeah, the WNBA has had a lot of stuff going on. Let me just double check with you guys in the comments. Thank y'all for showing California love. Yes, we want to make sure that we are sending love that way. I do have some people that is out on that end. So much love to California. We're praying for you. Have you guys? Oh my God. Okay, so I watch a lot of different channels. Obviously, did you guys see EC's video? Do you guys know who EC is? Okay, EC. Oh my God, we're gonna talk about her as well. She's a content creator. Her mom lost her home. Well, her mom. She was actually able to save her mom's home. When I tell you, she has video of her brother, and her father literally fighting these fires, shoveling fires off of her mother's house, putting out the fires all around her mother's house and the neighboring house. It's choking me up right. That it took so much work. Her brother finally told her to, go ahead and leave. They're gonna stay. They're gonna keep fighting. And do you know she sent drones up over that house a couple of days later? Her cousin's house is gone. So many of her family members' house is gone. And her mother's houses and all of the houses around it is still standing. Still standing. So that's another person that I'll introduce you guys to. But that story was amazing. So we're definitely gonna get into all of that. I love that lady will happen now. Focus is what, yeah. She's gotta get focused. Angel, she definitely gotta get focused. And she's trying not to, but we also have to give her a little grace, right? She's only 22 years old. She's still very young. And when you listen to her podcast, she says it. If you guys listen to my video the other day, she's like, I'm 22, I'm young, I'm pretty, but I play basketball. Like, she's still young. As she matures, her game is going to change. Hopefully, her game matures with her. Yeah, she definitely has to get more control of the ball, and she needs to get control of her body because even if she was holding the ball and didn't have to dribble it, she would need to be able to stand up and not hit that ground as much. You shouldn't be hitting the ground unless you're taking a charge. And she definitely doesn't focus in the zone. When we get into the clips tomorrow, you guys will see when she's down in the paint, right? She could be open. She's backing a person up. Angel is tall, but she doesn't realize where she is in the paint. And it's not really aiming at the basket, it's just aiming up and above her head, if that makes sense. So we're going to deep dive into that. We're going to deep dive into that. Yes, hopefully, she continues to do what she got to do. She's got a lot of time ahead of her to do the right thing, to get on her game, and do all of that. And then she's a small girl too. She needs to, baby, maybe build up a little bit muscle in some areas that she may not want to build up muscle in, but she's gonna have to broaden up that back so she can get down there and paint and do what she got to do. She's gonna have to biggin up those arms so she can get down there and do what she got to do. She's playing against bigger players when she's down there in the paint, so she's got to be able to one sustain her body without being injured, and two, she's got to be able to hold the ball and stand up. Very, very easy. Yes, we're gonna pray for her focus. We're gonna send her words of encouragement because this is not to, downplay her game in any way. She does a really good job, but I see great potential and I feel like she could do so much better. She could do so much better. The critics are not giving her as much grace as I am. I won't repeat half of the horrible things that I've read that they've said about her because it's just not necessary. Um, but she needs to focus a little bit more on her game and still do all of the things she's doing. Still be a beautiful girl and model and all of that. She just has to work on her time management and things of that nature so that she can have a better game. She's gonna have to. I see you. I love that too. I love that too. So, just on a brief recap before we head out of here, we want to send congratulations to the Lunar Owls versus the Mist on game one. We want to also say congratulations to the Vinyl over the Rose in game two for this unrivaled season. We want to say congratulations for game three. We had the Luna Owls over the Vinyl. And in game four, we want to say congratulations and also a big sorry to Phantom and a big congratulations to the Aces. You guys continue to do your thing. Jackie and Marina, I do hope that you guys get better. I hope that Natasha Cloud can stick in there for you. And if not, and all else fails, and Natasha can't stay in there. I hope Natisha Hyman can actually, kick up gear for somebody. Kate Money Martin, baby girl, we is watching you. You keep slaying them, girl. You keep slaying them. We're praying for you to have an amazing, amazing outcome. And Angel Reese, girlie, we praying for you. We are praying for you. We are praying for you. Lexi, my love. Lexi, you're gonna get your time. You're gonna get your shine. Whether you have take it. Every time you get on that court, You make them pay for not making you be on that court longer. You got on that court for 6 minutes. You had the ball one time. You shot the ball one time. You made your 3 points. Now, to the coach, get it together. Get the girls in the game. Get them in proper rotation. And make sure that you have plays for all of them. Very simple. Very simple. While I got you guys here, also please make sure you go back and watch my previous video where we talked about the stalking and harassment of Caitlin Clark. Please make sure you guys go back and take a look at that. I also brushed you guys up on a story with Paige Beckers that happened over the summertime. We're talking about player safety, and we're talking about and people get paid appropriately. So with this new CDA deal, there's going to be a lot of content that comes from that. I implore you to watch it, and I appreciate you for taking your time to spend with me in advance. I'm going to be making sure you guys all the information that you need. And also, hold on, let me see. Did I put this in here? Is it in? Let me see. If it's not in here, oh, it is in here. Let's just, hold on. I wanted to say congratulations to me too. Can I say congratulations? Can I say congratulations to me? Yeah, I can. Thank you guys for 2.8K subscribers. Thank you. I appreciate you. Keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for being here. Please hit the like button. Please share if you care. If you're in the bushes, drop out. Hit the like button. I don't bite. Thank you and good night.
My president is still black, my hometown voted blue. I'd be goddamn if my heart ain't too. Misogyny, bigotry, felonies, it's pure comedy. How's a man in debt supposed to fix the economy? This is such a tragedy. I'm worried for you, not just me. Domestic enemies from within the country, did we just become the enemy? I thought this was a free country. Damn, I just became an enemy. Little black gave me in my stupid fucking ovaries. I didn't earn these stripes, sir. They were birthed with me. Don't tell me what to do. You don't have the right to. It's my body. I do what the fuck I want to do. Y'all think we won't fight back? Do you remember our fight for our vote while black? Y'all must be on that crack. That shit y'all dropped in our communities in the 70s was whack. Y'all won, but we got this. Black girls, we on vacation. Self-care mode activated. No longer are we dedicated to the ones we are so hated. Domestic enemies from within the country. Did we just become the enemy? I thought this was a free country. Damn, I just became an enemy. Little black gave me on my stupid fucking ovaries. I didn't earn these stripes, sir. They were birthed with me. Don't tell me what to do. You don't have the right to. It's my body. I do what the fuck I wanna do. Y'all think we won't fight back? Do you remember our fight for our vote while black? Y'all must be on that crack. That shit y'all dropped in our communities in the 70s was whack.